Hey there, happy Friday. We made it through another week and we are going to celebrate with some designing. And this week we have some pretty cool tropical flowers in our DIY buckets and also some peonies, of course, since it is still their season, so we want to load up on those while we can. I figured since we have those tropical flowers in there, maybe we would do something a little bit looser with some height. So I'm using a nice clean white bowl. This is like a footed compote bowl from Accent Decor. It's got nice clean ceramic, so it's not super fussy looking. It goes kind of modern, but I am going to use my chicken wire mechanics like I always do. So with the chicken wire, use a slightly larger square since this has kind of a wider opening, but it's also not as deep since you can't get the chicken wire down into this bottom part. So I use a little bit larger of a piece. I'm gonna fold it over like I normally do, but because it is a more shallow bowl and has these slick edges and the stuff doesn't want to stay down, I'm gonna do something a little different, and I'm gonna tape my chicken wire in. So I'm using some clear tape. This is 1/4 inch, and I'm just going to go across it in a grid. So I'm gonna do 2 in one direction and 2 in the other. This is also why I don't have any water in my bowl yet, because if you're using tape, if you're familiar with it, if you're trying to tape to something that's wet, the tape does not stick. And then when you go to design your flowers in there, if you hit that tape, it pulls the whole thing off, which is super frustrating. So you want to make sure you're working with a dry vessel before you start taping. And I usually go around it twice just to be sure. And you want to make sure that your tape is underneath this line of the top of the vase. If it goes over the top, then water can get underneath, and as soon as the water gets underneath, it all pulls off. So once that's in there, we're going to add the water to our bowl. The nice thing about taping the chicken wire down too is you can grid it as much as you want. I just did a tic-tac-toe grid on there, but you could certainly put more cross pieces in, and that's going to give you a little bit more stability as well if you're using taller stems in your arrangement, just to give yourself a little bit more security. Okay, so we're all filled up about 1 inch from the top there. Getting in the center here. All right, so to start, we have some awesome mojito hydrangea. It's like a nice light green. Lots of long laterals. So you can separate these out. You know, if you're designing, use them as individual pieces, or you can just kind of mush the whole thing together and push it down in there just to get that coverage. I'm taking all of these greens off because I don't want them to get in the way of my design. Trim it pretty short, and I'm gonna go right down into my vase. I'm not gonna hang too much over the side because I'm trying to cover the entire top with these 3 mojito hydrangea. So take these greens off. There we go, like so. And trim all the little knobs and nubs, and put it right in there next to our other one. Same with our 3rd one here. So go ahead and trim that. Trim the knobs off, as you know, because if you leave those on and then you try to take them out of your arrangement, a lot of times they'll grab onto that chicken wire or that tape and pull it out, and then you end up jostling all of the other flowers. You don't want that to happen. Keep it, there we go. Keep it pretty tight in there. So yeah, so now there's still some holes around it, and that's totally fine, where you can see in. Since the chicken wire is a little bit lower and there's clear tape, you don't really see it that much, which is nice. You want to hide your mechanics as much as possible. Then we have some of this umbrella fern. There should be 3 stems in there. So this is great to use. You can pull it off and use it as individual pieces, or you can put it all together, like squeeze it together as one placement and stick it into your arrangement. I'm gonna try to do it that way first. You do want to clean a little bit of this greenery off at the bottom. Again, you don't want to get any greens or foliage down in the water underneath your chicken wire, because that will decay and it'll lead to bacteria growth that will possibly lessen the longevity of your other flowers in your vase. So you want to keep that water clean. You want to keep your stems clean. I'm gonna go ahead and spread this out in the arrangement once it's in there. So you see this little puff coming out, and we go right in these little holes in between my hydrangeas. I'm gonna do a 2nd one here. These have nice clean stems, which is awesome. Not much cleaning necessary, but you do again want to get these greens off the bottom there, so we're not putting them down into our arrangement. Tuck that in, spread it out, cover the space between the hydrangea. We have our last one, do the same thing, trim it short, and then come right on in here. There we go. All right, so now we've got these 3 little bursts of umbrella fern, super cute. in there. Also gives sort of a tropical feel. It's going with our super juicy coral and peach tones that we have in our bucket today. Here. It was really kind of just inspired by like watermelon and lime, just like fruity, some kind of slushy mixed drink cocktail at the beach. That's what I'm going for with the subscriptions this week as well. There we go. All right, so all good with that. Now we have some coculus. Now, coculus, we have, it was 3 pieces, but it looks like I have 4. So we're gonna use these a little bit longer. Like sometimes when we're doing the low ones, I'll cut them and I'll use 2 placements in each, but I'm gonna leave them kind of long this time and use them as a line. So I'm gonna trim it to where I want it. Take the bottom leaves off so they don't go underneath my chicken wire. I'm gonna go through the hydrangea and into my vase. So the only tricky thing is here is we're working with the tape and the chicken wire are both in the way. Now they're gonna hold your stems, which is awesome, but they're also going to kind of be difficult to work around as you go in with your chicken wires, or with your stems. So just be patient, and if you hit an obstacle or if you hit any kind of resistance when you're putting your stem in, just take your time, twist it around a couple times and find the space for it. You don't wanna push too hard and like break the tape off or, you know, break your stem or whatever. So I'm gonna do another one of these guys to the back here. I'm just kind of keeping it long, taking up any of these weird pieces that don't go. It can be asymmetrical, a little bit like taller on one side, shorter on the other. Just kind of go with the flow. This one's nice and long, so I know that I can probably trim it halfway and end up with a nice placement and another nice placement. So you want to try to get as much bang for your buck where you can. Come in and reinforce this line that I already set with this piece of coculus, and then I'm going to use this guy off to the other side. So a little bit of balance high and then a little bit of a spill. Just put that in like so. All right, so you've got kind of like this little archy shape happening here. Pretty cool. Now we have these dark expression roses. Give them a blow, give them a roll. They get nice and big and they hold their blooms. They are a little thorny, so just be careful with them. Make sure you trim off all of your thorns and knobbies before you give it a roll so you don't get thorns stuck in your hand. Here we go, gentle so you don't make the whole thing fall apart. And it's good to go into your arrangement. I'm trim it a little bit shorter actually. This is in pretty tight in my arrangement. Right there. Okay, now since we're using everything a little bit longer, we're gonna put 3 of them in a little bit lower, closer to our hydrangea. And then we'll put the other 2 in a little bit taller. So we get a couple of different layers of the flowers going in. So I'm gonna put to the back here. And then I'll put one in the middle as well. So you can see it starts out a little bit on the small side, and then you give it a little blow, you give it a little roll, take those packing petals off the outside, and then you can get right into your arrangement. Okay, boop, boop, boop. And we got these 2 here, and I'm gonna use them longer. Here we go. A little bit more height. Get those packing petals off. Give it a spin, and right in tall. See? So this is the benefit, even though it's a little bit more difficult to work with both the tape and the chicken wire mechanics, it holds the stem so much nicer. So you can get them a little bit longer, you get a more dramatic design. Okay, same thing. Keep it a roll gently. This one's getting water all over the place. All right, leave it a little bit longer. I'm gonna go in opposite side. I'm gonna angle it out a little bit. So, whoops. See, now this one's not sticking as nicely as I wanted. There we go. Ta-da! So 1 up high, 1 out a little bit. We also have these dragonfly roses. These are very delicate. They open up all the way. They're prettiest peach color. So I'm gonna clean these up. I'm not gonna roll them because I don't wanna lose any petals on them. And they're already pretty well open. And since there's only 3 of them, I'm gonna come in 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Since I have a spot back here. And I'm not gonna keep them necessarily short. You can have them stick out a little bit. That's the look we're going for here. We don't want everybody pushed in. So do some of them out, some of them in. Gives a nice layering effect in your arrangement. Yeah. See, it's like sticking out a little bit, so you get that push and pull. And a nice tall one. And this one come up tall, like my guy over here. Oops. Layer that in. Okay, so we have tall guys off to this side. Get in there. Tall guy off to this side, to the back. See, I'm twisting it as I pull it out to replace it so that we don't pull anything out with it. There we go. Just adjust as you go. Now you got this kind of shape going on, which is nice. Now, big flowers. Got some pincushion tortilla. These are awesome. They have this little bit of lavender in the center where the individual pieces are like curling out from it. It's very cool. If there are nice greens on there and you want to leave them on, go for it. If they're a little crusty looking, just pull them off. I'm going to do one here on either side of my central rows. One. Now, I feel like the problem with this container too is that you are thinking it's this far off of the table, but actually you're going down to about here. So you need to aim long, but then replace it, cut it a little bit shorter so that you get those stems where you want to go. So it has some nice greens on it too. If there's any little pieces sticking off that are broken, just pull them off, neaten it up as you go. You can kind of pull the individual pieces out as well. Let's make it open a little bit more. Okay, on the side here. Cool. And then we have these gorgeous peonies. These are called Lorelei. I learned that today. They are very similar to a commander, but they're a little bit softer in color, and similar to a coral charm, they will lighten as they age. So they'll open fully and then they'll hold their bloom for a couple of days while they lighten in tone, which is super fun. But they're not super long lasting. You do get a good span out of them. And they definitely put on a nice show. I'm gonna angle this guy out this way. Don't really have anybody out in that situation on the side yet. So very cool. All right, nice. Then we have a handful of ranunculus. And I like to use these long so you can see all the cool shape that's going on with their stems. So yeah, I'm gonna go a little bit long for the initial stem just to make sure it goes where I want it. I'll leave them kind of long. Here's one, here's two, there's 5 in the bucket, so plenty to work with. You're just gonna have to sort of position them where they make the most sense. It's tough sometimes because it's hard to plant it and they don't want to go where you want them to go, but just gotta work with the nature, work with the shape of the stem so that those blooms land where you want them to. It takes a little bit of adjusting and getting used to, but time you can kind of start to anticipate where the stems are gonna end up when you put them in your arrangement. So this one in a little bit longer off to this side. Just don't have anything over here yet. Kind of balancing out this tall one. And I feel like I need something over there in front of my pincushion. So I'm gonna come over here and put somebody kind of sticking out so you can see that. And then I want to do another tall one, but I'm not sure where. I'm looking at the back of the arrangement right now, or I guess the front to me, and there's something missing here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that here. So when I spin it, you'll see what I mean by that. And then we have these 2 cool anthurium. These are Obaki anthurium. So we have this blue, or sorry, blue, the green and the pink on them. And I'm gonna use them, again, you have to kind of work with their stem. They're not gonna go exactly where you want them, but you have to embrace that kind of chaos of working with something that has a stem like that. So we're gonna put this in over here, maybe it wants to go over here. I'm working with this stem already. It feels like it needs to move out a little bit. There we go. And I'll put this guy up tall. And then you can decide if you want to do them both off to one side, or if you want to kind of split the difference and have one this way and balance out with one this way. So my guy's kind of shaped like he wants to go that way anyway, so I'm probably going to just put him out this way to balance this one. You can do it here, maybe like forward a little bit. I kind of lean it back, put it in here for now. And with that there, I'm kind of feeling like I don't like this guy where it is. I'm gonna put him in up a little taller. And it's cool to have it sort of arch back into your arrangement too. So don't feel like you have to always have your stems going out from the arrangement. If it's purposeful and you're using that shape, then you can put it into the arrangement, whichever direction you want. It kind of gives the look of when the stems turn back towards the light. So when like tulips grow, or like the callas will stretch sometimes in the direction of the light, anemone open and close and head towards the light. So it gives that cool sort of like, looks like it's been there growing effect versus just being placed perfectly I'm gonna give it a little bit of a nature and a little bit of movement. And that's gonna do it for this arrangement. Nice and concise, not a bunch of different things, but I feel like things that are in the bucket really pack a punch. So you can see as I'm going around here, it's got that cool asymmetry. You've got focals to both sides, so this could work as a coffee table arrangement, it could work as a centerpiece arrangement. You know, if you are working with something where you want it to be a little bit more one-sided, you could, you know, take some of these flowers that we use to the other side and concentrate them more to the front, which would allow you to get a little bit more height because you'd have more space to fill if you wanted to leave these a little bit longer. But in general, this gives you lots of movement, as you can see, lots of cool little jiggly stems, some nice clean greens instead of messy greens. So you can be very purposeful with your placement of them. And some cool tropical flowers, garden roses, peonies. I mean, what can be better? And the prettiest watermelon slushy, I don't know what colors. So hopefully you can watch this with my crazy striped shirt on. Maybe it feels a little nautical. Maybe we're going for something that is yacht rock on in the background and tropical flowers and juicy colors. Or maybe this is just really obnoxious because you have these colors in front of stripes, so hopefully not. But anyway, hopefully you're designing at home, you're making something cool with these. Maybe you're putting them in a bunch of different vases, maybe you're putting them in a vase that you have. Please send us your pictures and share. We love to see, and we love to see how everybody brings their own creativity to the stems. Certainly if you are interested by this and you don't have one of these buckets, head over to our website. You can click through here on YouTube and check out our subscriptions. There are links in there where you can just buy online, or there's a questionnaire that you can fill out so that somebody can call you back and you can set up your subscription and you can do something fully arranged that, you know, comes made for you. You don't have to mess with it. But if you really love DIY and you really love designing flowers, or just like design in general, or having some nice, cool, calming design time, the bucket would be a great thing. So definitely check that out. And if you do it and you follow along, you gotta send us pictures and let us know. Also, please leave any questions or comments in the comments, and let us know what you'd like to see. So different style maybe that you're interested in. We want to know about it so we can do that. Some different types of flowers. We haven't done tropicals in a bit, so it was cool to get those in here. But certainly if there's something that you're missing that you want to see, like, let us know. Different types of vases, etc. We are here to please, and we obviously love design. We hope that you do. So until next week, have a great one. Hopefully it warms up a little bit and stops raining here, and happy designing.